Hey, beautiful people. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video. I hope you're feeling good. I hope you're feeling great. And if not, it's okay. This too shall pass. And I am sending extra, extra, extra love and light your way. I'm standing outside, so if you hear some background noise, that's what it is. So I just wanted to just put a quick video out as just a reminder to be mindful of how you're looking at things, how you seeing things, because a lot of us, we put ourselves through more suffering. Um, we allow ourselves to experience things longer than we should, right? Because of our mindset, how we're looking at things. And it's like once something has happened, the only thing that we can do is decide how we're going to look at it. And you can choose the lens that you look at things from. Like you can look at things with your spiritual eyes, or you can look at things with your emotional eyes, right? Your human eyes. Both, we're human and we're spiritual beings too, right? But it's like when we look at things with just our emotional eyes, that's when we cause ourselves even more suffering, right? Rather than seeing it from our spiritual eyes. If we look at it through just our emotional eyes, then we can develop a victim's mentality. We can look back and say, oh, I went through this. So many people did me wrong. Um, I've experienced so much pain. And not to take from that, not to say that that's not the case, but if you just look at things through your emotional eyes, that's what you're going to focus on. And by you just focusing on those things, it puts you in a victim's mentality. It puts you in a mentality like you don't have any type of power, right? Even if you don't have power to control anything in the situation when it comes to other people, you have the power to control yourself. You have the power to control how you react, how you respond, and how you relate to things, how you think about things. So that's when you look at things with your emotional eyes. If you look at things with your spiritual eyes, you have a more lighthearted approach, because you know that you go through certain things for a reason. You know that it was meant for you to deal with certain people and certain experiences with those people, because that's just part of your life path. You need to learn specific lessons, and those people, they just played that part. This is your story. The people in your life, the people that you interact with and deal with, they're just puppets. They're just playing a role. And they need to play that specific role in order for you to learn a specific lesson. A lesson that your soul needs to learn in order to evolve, in order to be more balanced. We're all learning out here. That's why we're here. We're spiritual beings having a physical experience on this earth plane. Everything that we go through, it's not a coincidence. It was meant for us to go through certain things. It's just that we have free will, so we can choose how we respond to those things. Or, you know, we can choose not to respond, and we can choose just to react and not think about it, not have any type of intentions, just being passive when it comes to life. And then, when things happen, we're the victim. But the news flash is everybody has a villain in their story. right? It's part of the story. And we all play a role in that story. There's no type of situation that, when it comes to, whatever issues you have, that it's just 100% on the other person. Even if it's 95% on them and 5% on you in some aspect. We deal with people in order to learn more about ourselves. As crazy as it sounds, we learn more about ourselves through people, through situations that come up. They bring certain things out of us that we didn't really realize that was in us, or we didn't realize it too, that it was as bad, you know what I'm saying, or as good, just depending on what the situation is. But that's life. We're here to learn and get to know ourselves even more. A lot of people do not know themselves. Most of us don't know ourselves because we operate from our ego. The ego is tamed. The ego is fear-based. The ego cares about being accepted. So the ego is going to try to fit in. You're not always going to fit in. Your true authentic self is not always going to be able to fit in with other people like that. And it's okay. It's best to be true to yourself than to try to fit in. You know what I'm saying? Because the only way to have true, genuine happiness is to be true to yourself. So that goes back to changing the way that you see things. Don't have a victim mentality because you've been through some tough times. You went through those things in order to see things in a different perspective and things about yourself. The lessons always come back to you. Like I said, everybody they're just puppets. You're the main character. They're just playing their role so you can get that lesson. So that's looking at things through your spiritual eyes, right? So going forward, you're not going to be full of fear, right? Because the emotional mind, you'll be full of fear. Because you're going to be like, oh, I went through this experience and this person, they was close to me and they did that to me. This person did that to me. And, this job, this happened, that happened. And then it's like you walking around with all of this fear in you, right? Because those were your prior experiences. Those are your emotional eyes. Your spiritual eyes, though, will say, okay, now I understand why I attracted those types of people. I understand why I ended up in this situation, that situation. I understand the lesson in it now. So I'm not going to walk around with fear because I know I passed that test, so I'm moving on. I'm not going to keep experiencing that. And then if somehow something happens again, I'm going to be able to handle it. I'm going to know how to handle it because I dealt with it before. This was part of my lesson. So I'm not going to be scared and say, oh, this is going to happen. If it do happen, I'm strapped. I'm strapped. I'm prepared for it. You know what I'm saying? This is not my first go around. So you see how the difference when you look at things through your spiritual eyes versus looking at it through your emotional eyes. So you just have to get an understanding of why you're going through the stuff that you're going through, and that will help you to stay emotionally balanced. It'll help you to not, be in that victim mode, right? Because as tough as some things may be, that's just part of your path to build you up. So, just try to be mindful of how you view things. It's a choice. Everything is a choice. You can choose to see the glass as half full. You can choose to see it as half empty. But either way, it's a choice, right? But choose to look back at the stuff that you've been through with different eyes. Try to go back and see the patterns of the things that you went through. What lesson, was God trying to teach you? And then when you're able to do that, now you can look at those experiences with spiritual eyes instead of emotional eyes. Instead of saying I was so hurt and, pitying yourself when you look back at those experiences, now you can see how your strength was built in those experiences. Now you can see how certain aspects of yourself was developed because of those experiences. And it'll help you to have less resentment. It'll help you to see life in a more positive way. And that's how you attract new, better experiences, because your vibration will be higher. If you're constantly walking around with resentment, anger, sadness, those emotions lower your vibration. And like attracts like. Whatever vibration you on, you're going to attract people, situations, and circumstances that are on that same vibration. So if you, like I said, you constantly have, feeling bad inside, just not feeling good inside, that means you don't, your vibration is not high. And you also attract, like I said, people, situations, and circumstances whose vibrations are not also high either. And in your mind, you're like, oh, the world is this, and people's like this, and people like that. But it's like, well, no, those are the people that's on the vibration that you're on. Once you continue to do more work on yourself and raise your vibration, you will come into better quality people. Now, will you still run into lower vibrational people? Yes. Right? But that's not going to be the majority of your experiences. So anyways, this was just a quick video. I hope this helped in some type of way. Just know that if you're going through something right now, if you feel like you're being tested, then 9 times out of 10 you are. But you're strong enough to pass the test. Like, if God is giving this to you, he knows that you have the strength to handle it. Like, he's really not going to give you nothing you can't handle. In your mind, you probably think you can't handle it, right? But that's in your mind. God knows your soul. He knows your strength and knows that you can handle it. So you just got to believe that. All right. So y'all stay blessed up, stay prayed up, and I'll catch you on another video. Peace, love, and light.